Hi everyone, this is Cherry. I'm your tech startup founder. I'm an AI innovator and a social impact entrepreneur. In this channel of mine, it's all about building your startup, founding your first tech company, or anything startup hacks. And also, I do share my entrepreneurial journey. It is really a personal line, sharing my experiences as a startup founder. So if you happen to be the first time to watch my video, do take time to watch other videos of mine. So if you find this interesting, do click the like and notification bell, and also subscribe to this channel so we can reach out for more specific audience. And now I remember someone requested this episode or this video about the K-drama startup, the myth and the facts about the K-drama startup. So in this video of mine, I will be sharing my personal experiences as a startup founder, how similar it is in really founding an AI company as of the startup K-drama. As you know, Samsung Tech is an AI company, and they also do computer vision AI. So it's 100% similar to us. So I'm happy to share it with you. And so yeah, let's get started. So number one, this first episode of the startup is very relatable to me and my company when Samsung Tech won the CUDA hackathon. So for my company is Kawil AI. So when I first validated our product, we joined two hackathons, one in Thailand and one in Bali, Indonesia. It's an AI mobile app that identifies species of tuna. So yeah, so we won twice first prize, and just like the Namdusan won the CUDA hackathon, which really boosted their image and branding as in Samsung Tech. And not all startups who won hackathon were successful in really launching their startup. So that's what I'm saying, is that is the start of your journey through hackathon. You can validate your product or services that you want to offer through hackathons. So yes, this is so real, this is so true, very similar to real life. So if you agree with me, click agree or share your experiences in founding your tech startups in the box below. So yeah, moving forward is really some kind of a fact check in founding a startup, is also finding your CEO. So a tech company, what they expect for a CEO in drama startup, they wanted a male CEO like Namdusan, who is a geek and a real coder, an engineer also. So real profile of an AI founder. Then came Sodalmi, who is also a candidate for CEO. So group of AI geeks to found her first startup. So second is the character of Sodalmi and Namdusan, who is the better fit for a CEO. On that note, having them in one group. So for me, I can relate to Sodalmi because I'm a female founder and I'm a female CEO. It's really hard to prove that you are the right fit for a CEO. But then again, as the startup that Dusan has the talent in really doing the tech side, and he is very suited for the role of a CTO and not a CEO. So why? 3 is the why. I think when we look at it on the K-drama side, the CEO is really has the power to decide. That's why if you ask me, there are 3 major characters in the K-drama. There's the Sodalmi CEO, the Nandusan CTO, and the India CEO also. So those are really building their own companies, building their own AI companies. And I'm more of, if you ask me, I'm India character. Why? Because I'm more on the assertive type of CEO. So when it comes to really showcasing the capabilities in AI, that I look forward to really work hard for it, knowing the ins and outs of the market and finding ways to really get through the market is what India's character is, as compared to uh, Sodalbi, who doesn't have any experience in management and marketing and building a company. So that's the difference. When I started my tech company, I did a lot of research. I came in with a very clear view of the AI that I want to really explore, because I also came from a previous tech company that I've raised in Singapore. So yeah, having the experience gives you the advantage of really going to the market. As the K-drama has shown, India has already secured uh, a business partnership with a security company that utilize AI to manage their building security. So as you can see, India has the best take on with the Sandbox offering, because he already established her company, then having her first client and having her traction already being in the Sandbox. So that is, I think, important in really raising your startup, especially if it is a tech startup. So by the way, if you really like to know more about real life tips on startup hacks or building your tech companies, fundraising and research grant tips, just subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, and like, if you have a friend who or relative or just an acquaintance who is really wanting to explore the tech business, do share this video or my channel to those friends of yours, acquaintance of yours. So what makes a great CEO? So that is the 4th reality or a myth topic in the startup K-drama. So Ji Pyong plainly answered Sodalmi, there's no such thing. That's an absurd, and as asking what makes a great politician. There are no right answers to politics and management. Why look for an answer that don't exist? So instead of looking for an answer, make a choice. Whatever your choice, people will criticize you. So if you can't make a decision, in short, you can't be a CEO. So what do you want? A good person or a good CEO? So that is what Ji Pyong asked Sodalmi. And he also said, don't be greedy. You can't be both. Choose one, just one. So do you agree with Ji Pyong's advice to Sodalmi? Like, for me, my personal opinion and my personal experience, this is really cutting edge decision making of being a CEO. It's never easy. I do remember one time when I terminated an activity of a part-timer of mine who does data gathering for our AI training. I see that the activity is not really moving forward, and I have to stop the activity because I'm really burning money and not really having enough result or the right result for that activity. So I was torn on really having just finishing it and just giving away the money, or just looking at, hey, nobody will take care of the company, it's only me. So in the end, for me, I really do decided to terminate the activity because people will criticize you. People will say that you don't have, the heart to manage those people. People will say that put some empathy to them. But the question is, who are the people who gives empathy to you or to the company? And who will think of it on the later part? So really deciding to take care of your company, to having it sustainable, is all up to you. It's part of your decision making. It's part of you being a CEO. So really, I can relate on so much passion on really raising your company and making it sustainable, because people will just say when you fail, okay, you're a fake company. As what people will say, oh, you're a tech company, you're a successful company, you are a successful CEO. So in the end, we should really be wise in hiring people, spending money, and really managing your operations is part of being as an effective CEO. So yeah, that's a bit of a drama, and I find it real in my experience as a startup CEO and founder. So yeah, moving forward, not to really spend too much time on those sentiments. Yeah. Is there a similar sandbox, acceleration program here in Asia? What do you think? The sandbox itself, giving money and accelerating tech companies and supporting their funds in really building their first product or prototype. Is there any here in here in Asia? Maybe in, yeah, in my region, I can say there are similar companies in the Philippines. Like before, I was a cohort of Idea Space. They have given us the seed fund to build our MVP, or most valuable product, and validate the market. So it was really a substantial amount that really helped us take off the whole business. That's the first company that I have founded and really scaled in Singapore. But in my own experience, there are a lot of similar acceleration programs similar to Sandbox, like the Techstar in the US, Y Combinator are the two famous accelerator programs in the US, or yeah, in the US. They are, I think, there are also the Pacific region. They give like 100,000 seed money for successful startups they believe they can support up to the commercial stage. And there are also a lot in Singapore. I was also part of a program in Singapore. It's the Port XL, first maritime acceleration in Singapore. But the Port XL is from Rotterdam. So it's a Rotterdam Maritime Acceleration Program that kind of venture in Singapore. Last 2019, we were the first cohort. My other company was the first cohort in Asia. So those are similar set up like the sandbox. But then again, in everything that we do, it's more on the founders. That's why uh, it's the character that the startup K-drama has focused in building their tech companies, in having it sustainable and really so the concept or the challenge that Soda led also by and supported by IJA is the autonomous vehicle that they wanted to launch back then. So yes, choosing the developers, the trust and all, it's part of really putting up your first team. The first client of Sodalby and Namdusan was after 5 years of them in the market with the first bidding that they have joined. That I can relate also. It's very true, very similar that you have to comply everything that is needed, and you being the first time bidder also has a negative or maybe a positive the bidding committee that you are joining, but everything about it, launching your first product, is very relatable, it's very real, it's non-fiction, it's the real thing happening now. Maybe in the Southeast Asian region, it's really hard to penetrate the market. I have mentioned is the key man or sharing, having the shares divided to the founders or the co-founders, and what the key man. So there's the really question from the team of Dusan. So his two friends doesn't agree that Sodalmi will be the CEO. But then again, Ji Pyong reminded them that when they choose the CEO, they should give the power to the CEO and a bigger share to have the decision making. So that is important. So a CEO should hold one of the biggest share in order to have a place in the board. So you can't be part of the board and you are not part of the decision making. A CEO should have the decision making and the power to decide. So how do you do that? You give more shares, you give way. Founders should give way or give a, a, a good share to the CEO. I don't know if it is the right term, a bigger share to secure the side of the founders when investors come in, because when they see that the management is weak, especially the CEO, they will just overpower it and maybe just buy the company and close it because they find it very weak to be supported and invested on. They just will kill your company. So we don't want that to happen. So overall, the organization and the founding team should support the CEO and give a more significant share to the CEO in order to secure a board seat in the company in the near future. So the key man is important in building your startup and launching it and really having a good investment. If you are fond of really watching the startup K-drama, there's a lot of thing happening right now in the startup world, so really want to make it a more, personal and more passionate in really delivering your services. And moving forward, I'm really so thankful that you you have reached this far with me, sharing my whatnot in startup worlds. And so I hope I have shared a more clarity and information in really building your startup and really having the significance of a tech company, especially now in the industry 4.0. So this is my favorite quote of Simon Sinek: people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So the reason why people buy your product, it's your why. So thank you for your time. Don't forget to like my video so that you can help me really reach out to the right audience of mine in this YouTube based on the analytics. So thank you for really watching it until the end. Tell me your overall comments about the video and also your requests for the future videos of mine. So thank you and have a good day. See you around. Bye.